Greetings, and welcome to you all. Welcome to episode number 10 of The Come Up, The Rise of the Entrepreneurs. My name is Rob McCray, and I am your host for this evening from the Business Building Network. And I just wanted to thank each and every one of you for joining us for this live entertainment and interview session that we're going to be doing this evening. So just stand by for a second. 'Cause I've been in a rush this evening and I'm kind of out of sorts. So I just need to make sure everything is in place. And I'm going to be sharing this out to a couple of other pages as well. And then we're going to get started for this evening. So just bear with me for a minute as I share this out, and we will get started momentarily. So family, as you're coming on board, just leave us a comment so I can give you a shout out and acknowledge you. Whee. So how's everybody doing on this Thursday? It's been a rather hectic day for me. How's it been for you guys so far? All right. Okay. Ooh, all right. So let me just share this out real quick, and we will get this party going. So yes, families, you're coming on board. Please leave us a comment so I can acknowledge you and give you a shout out. Okay. Okay. So we have our special guest for this evening, Mr. Ronald Lynch. And Mr. Lynch, I'm also going to share it out to your page as well, so your audience can tune in directly from your page. So give me 1 second. Okay. Mr. Lynch, we got it shared out to your page. Let me just share it out 2 other places, and then we can get started. Okay, one more. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right. I think we are good, family. Let's see what we got. Christina, good evening, sis. Good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Okay, all right. So yes, I think we are all shared out. So let's get on with the festivities of today. So once again, I want to greet and welcome each and every one of you, and thank you for joining us this evening for the 10th episode of The Come Up. So today we have a very special guest, and he has come up with something that is rather innovative, something that I would have never thought of, but he has turned this into a very successful business for himself. It is a picture photo booth of a mobile sort. And so, as we're going through this pandemic and, a lot of the events and graduations and ceremonies have been canceled. And so, this is a time that, this is going to be one of those most enjoyable moments in our lives for those of you that have graduated. And we don't want you to miss out on that. So, we're going to have Mr. Lynch come on. He's going to talk to you about some different ideas that you guys may be able to institute and create and capture those moments and have a small group, a gathering, or get together with some of your fellow classmates and get in contact with Mr. Lynch and have him come out and present his photo booth with you guys as well. So you can capture those moments on film, and he also does some slow motion videos. So with that being said, I'm going to bring out Mr. Lynch and have him introduce himself, and he can tell you a little bit about what it is that he does. So Mr. Lynch, good evening, sir. How are you?
Thank you for having me, Rob. I'm great. I'm great. Yourself?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. A little caught up on time, but
It happens.
Yes.
We're in a fast-paced world. It happens.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, we just caught up a little bit. So I'm trying to do that now. But so let me just tell our audience a little bit about you, and then you can probably introduce yourself as well.
Okay.
So this is Mr. Ronald Lynch. He has a undergrad degree in legal assistant studies from NYC College of Technology. He also has an MBA in finance from New NJCU School of Business, and he is the owner and creator of Pic A Photobooth LLC, which was founded in 2017. He services the tri-state area for the last 4 years, including the Philadelphia area as well. And he also owns Props Galore, which is a photo booth prop sign company. So, Mr. Lynch, if you will, would you go on out and introduce yourself and tell our audience a little bit about yourself and what your business entails?
Absolutely. First of all, Rob, I want to take the time out to thank you for having me on the Come Up. Very appreciative of that fact and that platform that you have afforded me. So I didn't want that to go unnoticed or unsaid. With that, so as you had mentioned earlier in your intro of me, yes, I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I did my undergrad in legal assistant studies. I had graduated magna cum laude from New York City College of Technology.
Really?
Yes, I worked for a number of years as a paralegal, doing different sort of paralegal work, whether it was corporate paralegal or litigation paralegal or bankruptcy paralegal. During that time, I had got introduced to the photo booth business by a friend of mine. And I remember him talking about it, and it was weird because, my image of photo booths were always one of like, the curtain, go inside a curtain, you sit down, take a picture, and, you come out with a 2x6 strip. So I was like, who's doing that in this day and age, And he's like, man, this thing is it's hitting. There's all these different events, and whether it's bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs or quinceañera, wedding events, corporate events. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. He's like, yeah. So he actually introduced me to it. From there, I just started studying up on photography, whether it was taking, looking at YouTube tutorials or just downloading material painstakingly, going through that. Then I started taking photography courses,
Okay.
and just got into it. And then I started grad school. I had got accepted to NJCU School of Business, and I remember, and I'll never forget my marketing professor was my first year there, my first semester there, and we were taking a marketing course, and we had our final paper was we were given a project which was you were allocated $500,000 towards a startup, and you had to come up with a marketing plan, to promote this startup and stuff like that. So, we learned everything from price penetration, to a number of different ways of penetrating a market, getting the word out there, and different techniques, and market segmentation and stuff like that. And so I said to myself, man, I was doing this photo booth thing on the side, and I'm like, you know what? This might be lucrative. Let me use this marketing course to kind of see and get, use all my classmates, all my colleagues, use their brains instead of paying a marketing plan or professional. I can just myself and my colleagues, my classmates, we did it. And so I ended up getting an A in the course. And actually, during the presentation, I brought a photo booth to the class. It was fun. Had prop signs, and so it was a great demonstration. And then I realized that there was significant growth potential. That it was $1 billion industry, for one, and that there was year-over-year growth of like 7% every year, and since 2010, and I was like, whoa, so I then formally started the company, formed the LLC in 2017, January 2017, and got funded. A lot of it, I put my savings into it, and one of the things I did was I bet on myself. So I actually literally stopped working and just focused. I didn't want to make it a part-time hobby or gig. I literally just said, you know what, I'm going to focus on full blast. And that's kind of that's where I'm at today. And I use the fact that as I was still in school, I was using what I was learning in the classroom, I was applying it in the real world, and vice versa. When I was learning in the real world, I was applying to the classroom. So it was a great synergy, and that's why with certain things I did, such as, I did a concept called vertical integration we learned in school, which is, I had prop signs that I had at these events, and I'm like, well, why go to another company and buy prop signs when I'm out here in the field? I kind of know what people like and stuff that people want. So let me not only, have photo booth props at the events, but let me create them and sell them to other photo booth companies. And and that's what's called vertical integration. As opposed to you just kind of like absorb it and do it yourself, and it's cheaper that way. So it's a number of different things that allowed me to grow the brand to where it's at today. So I'm very appreciative of that.
Oh wow, yeah. So you definitely have an entrepreneurial mindset. So yeah, that is awesome, brother. Yeah, glad to hear that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let me just acknowledge a couple of the guests that checked in. Mr. Derek Battle, good evening, sir. How are you? Good to see you once again. We excuse me. We have Robin's Treats Bar. Good evening, Robin. Good to see you as well. And we also have my sis, Laverne McKinnis from Laverne's what is it? Junk Closet. Yes, Laverne's Junk Closet is our YouTube channel. So thank you, and glad to see you with us this evening. All right, so Ron, you talked about a little bit that you were born in Brooklyn. So as is customary for us to do in our segments here, we want to get a better understanding of what it was like for you in your childhood and growing up. So if you would tell us a little bit about, well, you already said you were born in Brooklyn, but what it was like for you in your childhood years, if you had any siblings, if you had both parents within your household, what was your economic status, and well, you spoke about your education level. So yeah, just speak on those things, please.
Yeah, sure. So my childhood was not the typical childhood. I am the product of, my mother and father, were not together, so to speak. So I was kind of like the outgrowth of that. But I have a great family, great support system. I have on my dad's side, including myself, there was 8 of us. It's now 6 of us. Two,
Wow.
we went back to the ancestors. My older sister Lenora, and my older brother Andrew. But I still have, my other brothers Floyd, Phyllis, Cecilia, and I still have them. My brother Charles, they're still alive.
Okay.
And doing well. On my mother's side of the family, it's a very big family. It's 11. It's 12 of us all together.
Wow.
Yeah. My family's West Indian, by the way. My dad's from an island called Carriacou, which is in Grenada, and my mother comes from St. Vincent by way of Trinidad.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And on my mother's side, it's 11 of us, starting with I'm the 4th oldest. My oldest sibling, and her name is Susan Samuel. Then it's followed by Jewel, and my brother Richard, and I'm the 4th oldest, and there's Darren. So going all the way down, you have Michelle, Tina. I mean, we have a bunch of them. Very big family. Close with them all. Love them all dearly. So, with that, I was actually between homes where they're living on my mother's side, my dad's side at certain times. So that's kind of like how my childhood was. I also actually, grew up in foster care. So that was a part of my childhood. Wow. So I have an extended foster care family. And I don't want to forget them. My mother, I consider her my mother as well. Her name is Thelma.
Okay.
Thelma Hurdle. My dad, Rudy Hurdle. And I have my sisters Connie, Shaki, Mika, all of them. My cousins, Anthony, Rob, Nicole, Brenda, my uncles, my aunts. So we have a big family there. So I have a very big sort of network. And because of the fact that I grew up in, with different segments of the family, I different experiences. I lived all the way in Far Rockaway. I did my junior high school and PS years, in Far Rockaway. We lived on 1439 Gibson Street. Hey Xavier, how you doing? I also lived in Brooklyn. I lived in Bedford-Stuyvesant on Jefferson between Marcus Garvey and Lewis. Is where my mother resides at.
Right.
I lived on Dean Street in Crown Heights. My dad resided at. So like I said, those were my formative years. After high school, I went off to college. I attended several universities actually before I finally got my degree from New York City College of Technology. A lot of friends, great friends, lifelong friends from SUNY New Paltz, SUNY Oneonta that I made. So that was my sort of journey, during my younger years.
Awesome. All right, so let's talk about your business. This is rather interesting, I must say. Like you were saying, I never would have thought that this would be something that would really, be take off and be something that people would really be into, because you're accustomed to seeing these type of things back in the day at the movie theaters.
Absolutely.
They just went away. So you thought that was the end of it, but now you have brought it back to life, so to speak. So what inspired you to create that type of business? I'm just going to pull up your website while you're talking.
Yeah, sure. So, as I said, I was introduced to it by a friend, and I just remember going to these gatherings and people just having a very fun, festive time. And, I was coming from corporate, and, working in law firms and stuff like that. And then, even after I had gotten, I started now as I work in, in finance, just coming from the whole, coming from a banking industry atmosphere or a law firm atmosphere to actually, going to fun, festive environments where people are having a good time and letting loose. It just was really good. It was a win-win for me, and I just wanted to add to that fun. I wanted to add to those festivities. And so, it just fit well with my personality. I'm a people person, people gravitate to me, I gravitate to them. I I saw a niche. I think that was the key. I saw a niche. Oftentimes people have, great ideas or great services they might want to offer, but there's not a niche, there's not a market for it. That's where the problem lies. And I was able to see that niche, and then also, more importantly, market effectively to that niche. And so that's what helped me. But I love what I love what I do. I love it. I absolutely love it.
And that's what's most important.
Yeah, you have to love what you do. I love doing this. I still work in finance and everything else, but I have an equal thrill with both, man. I love it, from your corporate events for TransUnion or Adobe to your backyard barbecue somewhere. I love it. I love it. Big and small. I love it.
Okay, so you do corporate events with this as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've serviced. And what's great about our corporate clients, they come to us year after year. So typically, the corporate season is usually from about mid to late October through mid-January. And then that's when you'll get inundated with, old clients, new referrals wanting to, do business with you. But yeah, we've serviced TransUnion, Adobe, Sofitel hotels, Massage Envy. I mean, just the list goes on and on. Yeah, the list goes on and on. A lot of our previous corporate clients are actually on our Platinum Package corporate page, because we actually have a separate page for them on our website, which allows the client to kind of customize and do corporate branding or corporate activation at their events. Because we offer a number of different services, such as green screen, slow motion video booth, which you aforementioned, boomerangs, GIFs, animated GIFs, slideshows. We offer a number of different services. And so with that being said, oftentimes clients, while they're having their corporate party, they want to, brand, also do some corporate branding as well at the event, So we are able to provide that.
All right, so let's talk a little bit more about that, especially, we're going into the graduations season here for a lot of the class of 2020 participants and graduates. And, due to the pandemic that we're going through, a lot of those ceremonies have been canceled or postponed due to the fact that they don't want big gatherings coming around. So is this normally a busy season for you?
Oh, this is actually, this hurt us tremendously. I mean, usually from late April through, man, this is our killer season. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be transparent with you. Through August, it's just, events at the events. We have a number of different operators and a number of different photo booths from which I operate. And we'll have them all out, sometimes all at once, different operators doing different events in different locales. And yeah, it was tough, but through being prudent and careful management and through the grace of God as well, I definitely have to give him the praise. We were able to, withstand this storm. Actually, we're going to be coming out even better than where we were before. We were able to hone in on certain services. We bought new booths. Right. Matter of fact, I have the photo booth here, our just most recent one. I'll show you here. Let me see here. I don't know if you can see it. Do I have it here? So let me see if I can. Am I doing it correctly? Oh yeah, okay. So this is our newest baby here. Our newest addition. Family. That we were able to this machine right here literally was a $5,000 purchase.
Wow.
So we were able to luckily able to withstand the storm. We're going to come out stronger. We offered and added on additional services. Online on-site event gallery, which allows the guests using a QR code that's on the screen, be able to scan the QR code and right there on site at the event, be able to view download and share the pictures. So it's a number of different services. We were able to also, like you said, or you mentioned earlier, we issued a lot of refunds.
Right.
But we did it in good faith and they loved the fact that we did it. We did it promptly.
Mm-hmm.
And some were able to reschedule. Or
Okay.
some just said, hey, right now we're financially strapped. We're going to still do it, but just refund us like 75%, and keep 25% deposit because we're going to come back see you in September or something like that, So a lot of that
Cool.
happened.
Right.
But like I said, it was just good business that we just promptly refunded them in full. Even if the policy or the contract agreement didn't dictate such, we didn't play
Mm-hmm.
with that. These are sensitive times, and it goes a long way. And some of the text messages and emails I got from clients thanking me for being prompt and doing good business and how they're going to be referring us to others. That just increased our referrals and our exposure. So it ended up being, like I said, a win-win for us. We've been booking. I did a booking yesterday. Booking actually this past couple of days ago. So clients are now starting to book again, especially
Okay.
as the economies are opening back up. So we got a lot of bookings now that we're starting to get in, for the foreseeable future. So things are looking up. I'm very, 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 very excited about where we're going to be going with this. We're actually going to be expanding, and franchising out to several states in the South shortly within the
Really?
next year or so. Yes, yes. So yeah, very excited about the prospects. Opening up, possibly even opening up storefronts. Yeah, yeah. We're it's limitless. I don't want to give away too much, but it's definitely promising.
Okay.
Definitely promising.
All right. Very good, brother. Glad to hear that, man. Glad to hear that. Yeah. So I'm just posting Ronald's links to his website and also his social media sites, so you guys can connect with him. Visit his website and see everything that it is that he has to offer. So, Ron, if you would just share out your website information as well.
Yeah, sure. Would you like to say it verbally or put it? Do I
Yeah,
type
just
it?
verbally
Oh, sure.
while I'm typing.
Yeah. So the website is www.picapphotobooth.com. And it's a play on words. So it's spelled PICA, the word photo, PHOTO, booth, BOOTH.com. So it's www.picapphotobooth.com. That's our website. We have a very user-friendly and navigable website, which allows you to see our different photo booths that we carry, our different backdrops. We're very transparent. We have our prices up there. For people who money is really not an option, price is not an option. Sticker shock, they don't get sticker shock. And then for people who, have more of a fixed budget, we have prices as well for them.
Okay.
We have corporate packages. We can book online. It's very, like I said, you can actually book and secure your event online. We
Uh-huh.
have a calendar that goes all the way 2 years out, so you can book an event all the way 2 years out from now.
Okay.
On our website, and you get text and email notifications. When you initially book, 24 hours prior to the event. The evening before, you get text notifications. Hey, our staff is going to be at your event, so on and so forth. We arrive at the events an hour and a half ahead of start time. No, Laverne, we're based in Jersey City, New Jersey. I was born and raised in New York, but I actually love the tri-state, the Garden State. I love New Jersey. I've been here now since 2013, and I consider Jersey my home. Shout out to Brooklyn though. I still have, my heart's still
Nothing
in
wrong with
Brooklyn.
that, man.
Yeah. But
So,
I consider Jersey my home. I've been in Jersey City specifically since 2014. So we run our operations out of the Jersey City locale, and we service the tri-state area from Jersey City. And it's good because I'm able to provide jobs to New Jerseyans. A number of different New Jerseyans were employed by my company.
mhm.
And that goes a long way. It's very good to be able to give back and help people out and assist. So a lot of the guys that work for me and girls that work for me, they this is a great source of income for them, and it helps out tremendously. So but yeah, Laverne, we're actually based in Jersey City, New Jersey. We serve the tri-state area though.
And you also go out to Philadelphia area as well,
Oh yeah,
right?
we service. Yes, we go to the city of Philadelphia. We've done events at Del Frisco's. We've been at the Pennsylvania Convention Center. We did an event for SAP, which is, if anybody know about that, in the educational that space. They are actually one of the premier companies in the world, for that matter. So we actually did. Oh, that's great, Laverne. Okay, you work in finance as well. I love my finance people. They're premier. So when I was there, Oracle was there, Google was there. We set up a photo booth there for them, and awesome. Blackboard was there. Yeah, it was a very great exposure, and it was a very good experience. Very good experience.
Awesome. All right. So do you offer your services all year round?
Yes, all year round. We're not a seasonal company. We offer it year round.
Okay.
Yeah, we offer year round. I do know from just being the nuances of this industry, I do know that people aren't often booking, though we have services available. Usually it tapers off into January through March is really particularly slow,
Okay.
So, but I mean, look, if 9 months out of the year you're having, an uptick in sales, that you're fortunate. You're good. You're in a company, in an industry that allows you 9 months out of the year to be profitable. You can during those lean times, if you manage it right and do the right thing, which we've been able to do, thank God.
You have a nice little vacation going on there.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said you can have a nice little vacation going on for those 3 months.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Awesome. All right. So do you do indoor and outdoor events as well?
Yes. So we do indoor and outdoor. Actually, the event we booked yesterday, it's a graduation. It's an 8th grade graduation, and
awesome.
it's going to be in Newark actually too. Depending on the weather, she's thinking about either having it at her brother's home in his backyard and/or inside her home. She has a spacious home, and we'll make it work. And what's good about our backdrops and our compactable services, we're able to get into smaller areas where typically, that might not be the case. So that's what's really good about the services that we offer. When we're doing outdoor events, we always usually tell the client, it's in our service contract agreements that we send them via DocuSign. We have them DocuSign and execute the service contract agreements. But we say, hey, and it's on our terms and conditions on our website. We have a terms and conditions page on our website. We basically tell the client, hey, if the weather conditions don't permit, we would prefer you, because we only set up and break down one time. We would prefer you to try to have it indoors, or have tent coverings, or tent covering or something of that nature. Because if it's windy or it's raining and stuff like that, we have to protect the equipment and stuff like that, and we have to basically, But it's already stipulated in the contract, and we also let them know, to make it easier for everybody. If you feel it's going to be an issue that day and you have indoor resources, let's do it indoors and save everybody the time and the trouble. Personally speaking, as far as picture quality taken, I don't mind outdoor events. If you know anything about photography, you can set your white balance to daylight. You don't have to set it to flash. You can set it to daylight. You can lower your ISO and really go at it there. I kind of like the images that come from an outdoor event, but
yeah, they really pop outside.
Yeah, they really pop.
Yeah. Wow, awesome. All right, so what type of requirements would you need from the person having the actual event or the ceremony You need electrical outlets, or you need special lighting,
Oh,
anything
no
like that?
question. So we bring everything, even if it's an outdoor event, we bring a floor covering,
Okay.
tarp basically, um, and we bring extension cords and stuff like that. We just ask, for any event, especially outdoor event, that we be near at least 30 feet, at least within 30 feet of a power source, 110 voltage, the standard power, 3-pronged outlet, 110 voltage power source, in order
Okay.
to power up, yeah, yeah, that's really kind of it. I mean, because everything else we provide it. We
Okay.
provide it. We bring it along with us. So,
Awesome. All right. Yeah, guys. So I encourage you guys, if you know anybody that is graduating this year, please share this out with them. Have them reach out to Mr. Lynch, and I'm sure he can put a package together. You can, they can invite some other of their friends and graduates, and they can have their own little private ceremony together or event, just to celebrate this most memorable time in their lives. So we definitely do not want them to miss out on this particular time just because we're going through this pandemic. So, we want to encourage them and inspire them to cherish these moments, because this is going to be a very significant moment in their lives, and we don't want them to miss out on this at all. Mm. All right. So Ron, tell me, like, with this type of business, what have been some of the biggest challenges for you?
um, I think initially when I first started out, some of the biggest challenges was properly, what marketing, what were the most resourceful marketing tools,
Hmm.
and that came through trial and error. Um,
Okay.
but we were able to now at a point where we have a very robust and great marketing platform
Hmm.
to get the word out, and that coupled with you know prior referrals and clients and stuff like that. But I think initially my first year or two, just trying to navigate, how to, because I had a niche. I definitely had a niche market. I had a great product, but it was all about really trying to, if nobody knows about you, then, you're the best kept secret, And so
That's
for,
right. That's right.
for me, it was essentially being able to effectively market, keeping costs down, marketing costs down, because that's
Sure.
typically, the biggest expense, and so it was learning to, use the principle of, okay, you know what, for every marketing or advertising dollar, I want, a $7 or $8 return on it, and then saying, okay, well, how can I do this? How can I effectuate that? And so that was really key. That I think that was, and being able to do that, and and then like I said, also dealing with you know bottom feeders, so to speak, and pressure coming down on prices because sometimes people being marketing, but also realizing that not everything for everybody. We have a high level services. We have great products. So what we did was we said to ourselves, okay, you know what? This is our target market. This is who we're going after. This is where we're
Okay.
putting our marketing and advertising dollars to.
Yeah.
And so we don't care about the bottom feeders. We don't care about people charging X amount of dollars. We knowing that a good job is never cheap and a cheap job is never good. So you're going to end up going to these people. They might not even show up for your event, or they'll cancel with you last minute because a better opportunity came along. They just stuff like that. And you're left holding the bag, with your daughter's sweet 16, And so
Wow.
we realize we're not in that market. We're not trying to cater to that market. There's some people who automatically they're not going to look at they're not going to look at, oh wow, they offer this, these people can't do that, or wow, look at the quality of these pictures, look at this, there's no grain or noise in the picture, wow, this is phenomenal, wow, staff is arriving hour and a half ahead of time, whatever, and doing test shots before the event. That so the people who aren't price conscious, who just want quality and really want to knock it out the park for whatever event they're hosting and want to make themselves look like a hero,
Right.
they look at those things. So when they're at our website, they say, oh wow, look at this. Wow, they offer this. This is what comes with the package. They're off and running to the races. They have no problem, pulling the trigger. It's the ones who have an issue. And listen, everybody has a budget. And I understand that. Like I said, we learned over time not to market to that crowd and not to kind of, stay above the fray. We try to give prices commensurate with people's budget within reason based on our services, but again, we can't service everybody. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So tell me some of the things that are included in your basic package. What are you offering with that?
Yeah, sure. So our most basic package, we offer your choice of either open air backdrop or an inflatable backdrop. The inflatable backdrop actually has like LED lights and stuff inside of it that you can set to any color. So let's say so if you go, so if you go to the backdrops page, you can see the different backdrops we carry. You hover over the backdrops tab. Yep.
Okay.
So literally we have like tension fabric backdrops. We have your sequence backdrops. We have inflatable backdrops. You have your choice of a backdrop. You also get a custom design print template, meaning that we custom design your print template from scratch. We send you a print template web form for you to fill out, in which you can actually put in, we have several, like about 7 to 8 question questionnaire. You fill it out. You explain what you want on it on the print template. You can upload logos, images, whatever, too, as well, invitations. Okay. And that gets sent right to our graphics design team. I actually don't even get it. It goes right to my graphics design team. We have great graphic designers, some based in Canada and Australia and the US, Mexico. Yeah, we have a number of different graphic designers. And they get started on it and send it over to the client for review and approval. So we have a custom design print template, the choice of an open air or inflatable backdrop. You get unlimited photo booth sessions. You get, depending on the package, you get prints after every photo booth session. Depending on the amount of prints, depends on the number of hours. The 2-hour package or 3-hour package, you get 2 copies of the prints after every photo booth session. If it's a 4-hour package, you get 4 copies of the prints after every photo booth session. What else? You get an on-site event gallery, which allows the guests to be able to, like I said, scanning their phone, using a cue card, scanning a cue card with their phone. They're actually able to, get an on-site event gallery right to their phone. And so they get that. We have custom, theme-related props to the event. So if it's a graduation event, we'll have like graduation props and other fun props. You have an attendant there. Typically, about 2 attendants will be at the event. Just coordinate with, set up, and break down. Okay. So that's what comes with it's a lot that comes with that package. There's a lot that comes with it. And then we have add-ons. You can add on different services like animated GIFs and if you want a red carpet, we have a red carpet entry. We have social media. You can send pictures to your social media accounts, to your email, your Instagram, your Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever. We have so many different options. Alternate print templates, so we can allow the guests after every photo booth session to choose between which template they want the prints to come out on. Then we have our more expansive packages, which allows you to, same thing as the basic packages, but it gives you unlimited prints. It gives you included in the packages like the social media kiosk. We have like a slideshow on a 32-inch smart screen TV displaying all the pictures of the event. We have a very expansive product and service base.
Awesome. And how long are you on site for these events?
So typically, so what we do is we actually we'll get to the event an hour and a half ahead of time. So let's say hypothetically, you book with us that we have an event tomorrow at 3 p.m. Right?
Right.
We'll coordinate with the obviously ahead of time. We're getting the print template taken care of and approved. And then our staff actually reaches out to the client 24 hours prior to the event to go over any last minute logistics, parking, whatever the case may be, who's the point of contact when they get to the event, etc. Then we get to the event an hour and a half ahead of time. Why?
Okay.
Well, because, and how Murphy's Law is, anything can happen, usually can happen. So, especially when dealing with electronics and stuff like that. So we get there, we set up, we take our time, we're not rushing. It doesn't look like a rush job. Like with any event, you see, we're typically there before the DJ sometimes, and that's comforting to the client. The client sees you're there, they're seeing you set up, with time to spare. We take pictures of the setup and we internally, upload pictures of the setup, to our sort of, attendance log, so to speak, so we know. Okay, the staff is there. They're all set and ready to go. We do test shots, make sure, set up our lighting, set up our constant lighting, our flash settings, make sure everything is, our flash compensation is set correctly. I mean, we take pride in what we do, and so we do all of that. And then we actually we're ready to go. So then we do the event. Say the event could be anywhere from 2 to 4 hours.
Okay.
So, if it's a 3-hour event, we'll be there. So that's 1.5 hours plus for 3 hours. That's 4.5 hours. And then typically it takes us about maybe a half hour to break down, and so we're usually out of there within 5 hours. So we're with the client for about 5 hours. And then we leave, and then in a few days, depending on the package they purchase one of our more robust packages, like our premium and deluxe packages. We send them a link to our client's profile page where they could actually, we create their own, client profile page that's hosted on our website. So that's pretty cool.
Okay. All right. So I got up on the screen here your Facebook page. So is this what the setup looks like?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's one of our setups. That's the slideshow. That's the slideshow on a 32-inch smart screen TV. That's the social media kiosk you see there. That's one of our inflatable backdrops.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the red carpet entry.
Right.
Yeah. And then the props are set up. Over there. Yeah.
That's hot, bro. I like that. I really like that.
Yeah. It took a lot, man. It's not easy, man. It's not easy when you want to be a market leader and you want to really knock the socks off your client. That's the biggest thing, man. My thrill, honestly speaking, is seeing the smiles on people's faces, because oftentimes, say if it's a wedding or something like that, the bride is frantic because oftentimes she's the one, the point person, and she's nuts. I laugh because, I've been doing this for so long now that I just know that when everything works out and you see that smile on her face when she's at her wedding, and it's the greatest feeling on the planet, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I strive for, that, bro. I literally love that. Seeing the client, post, during the event, just thanking you. Oh my God, thank you, I love you. Post event, thank you profusely. Tip the staff. If it's within their budget, they'll tip the staff, and stuff. It's just a great feeling. That's the best feeling, man.
It is.
That is, the great review they'll give you post event.
Yep.
It's just great. It's great.
Yeah. Awesome, brother. I love it, man. I love it. Yeah. Very proud of you, brother. Very proud of you.
Thank you, man. So it's a lot of work, but I'm grateful. I'm thankful.
Yeah. All right. So what's needed to take your business to the next level now?
Honestly speaking, for COVID-19, for the doors to open back up, I kid you not, I'm very, very excited about the next chapter with us. I literally am. I'm just being honest with you, man. A lot of good things have happened, and are continuing to happen. And so I'm just ready. I'm just revved up and ready to go. I'm quite sure, like a lot of other photo booth owners, and a lot of other, aside from Photo Booth, a lot of other small businesses are ready to just rev and ready to go, ready to service the clients, and more appreciative now too, more than ever, of the opportunities to service people and to interact with people, and things of that nature. So I'm excited. Like I said, we're going to be expanding to other states. Franchising out. So you'll have Pic A Photobooth LLC, in the Southern Belt area as well as the tri-state area. And I have franchise owners, doing what they need to do.
Absolutely. So you're going to present others with the opportunity to buy into your franchise?
Yes, Laverne, you're right. Yes, you need to be happy. Yeah. That's actually in the process. I have some people on board, that we've already, have been talking, so yeah. And I surround myself with individuals, man, who it's more of a family as opposed to just running a business. I treat it as such. I think whether, current or even former, family members, they can attest to that. I don't think they can really say a bad word about, regardless of what. They can say, hey, what? Good guy, good company, did the right thing, and put us first. So, and that's what I kind of do. So with that being said, I've established some really, really good relationships with people that I plan on franchising out with and partnering up with, and expanding out, man. And so this way, everybody can enjoy, doing what they do and make a decent living for themselves and their loved ones, and leave something behind as well. And have something they can call their own. I think that's important.
That's what it's all about, building and creating your own empire, So yeah, that's what we all should be striving for.
Yep.
Especially at times like this. This pandemic has really shown us that, you cannot rely upon just going out and working for somebody else. You have to have something in place for yourself and focus on building your own empire. Because if not, then it can easily be taken away from you, outside sources. So
just like when you're investing, or you have a stock portfolio, they tell you to diversify. It's the same thing. Thank you, Laverne. Thank you for shouting us out. You have to diversify. You have to have, multiple streams of, passive income coming in.
Absolutely.
It's very important. It's very important, man, because as this pandemic has displayed, things can be swept under you from under the rug out of nowhere, and then you could
like that.
If you're not prepared, it could really have disastrous effects.
Yeah, I mean, this event that has happened has really opened our eyes and really make us take a look at what our true priorities are in life. And we really have to go back and reevaluate how we look at things. And so this has been an eye-opening experience for many, and for those that have really taken action, they're going to position themselves at the end of this, when we start, as we're coming back now, but when we really start getting going, many of those individuals are going to come out really on top, and some millionaires are going to be birthed out of this pandemic that we are going through now.
Absolutely.
So yeah. All right, so tell me, brother, so where do you see your business, say 5 to 10 years from now? Where you want to be?
Definitely in the multiple states, franchised out, continuing to pioneer the industry or whatever territory we're in, being a market leader, being innovative, one step ahead of the curve. And really, honestly speaking, just having an expansive. I like giving back. You know, I don't know. I'm not in it all for the money. Honestly speaking,
True.
I just love giving back. You know, so I just like the ability to help other people. You know, and help their situation. So trying to just employ more people, get more people out there, and contributing to society, to the economy, and
Right.
inspiring them. It's great
There you
when you
go.
go to these events and people are like, "Oh, you're the owner. Wow, it's great, man!" And especially being an African American male, and having your own, and it's very uplifting,
Yes.
to have people really like tip their hat to you, like, wow, man. And
You're doing it.
even your own, I hate to call them employees or whatever, even your own
Uh-huh.
family members. But then it's great when they tell me how much they appreciate what I do, and
Yeah.
inspires them. It just that means a lot, But
It
like
does.
I said, just
It
helping
does.
people, man, just really getting out there and helping people, helping people, man, and bringing joy to people's lives. That's hopefully seeing that increase tenfold in the next 5 to 10 years. That's where I would like to be at.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. All right. Very good. All right, family. So we're going to be about to wrap things up. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please post them in the comments section below. And we're going to have a little Q&A session with Mr. Lynch at the end of our discussion here. So with that being said, we're going to ask you our last question, and then we're going to open it up for a Q&A session. So, Ron, knowing what you know now, what advice would you give to our listening audience out there for those that aspire to create or and build their own business? What advice would you give to them?
Advice.
Words
Thank you,
of encouragement.
Nadine. I would say belief in yourself.
Yeah.
I think that what kept me going on and pursuing was my self confidence. Thank you, Laverne. Um, was just believing in myself, believing in what I was providing. You know, I just if you believe in what you're doing and in yourself, things will. I'm telling you, God will give you. I know I harp, and there might be some atheists out, but whatever your belief system is or whatever. But I think God will provide you that path. Like that path will just show. I kid you not. It just happens. That because when you believe in yourself, it opens up opportunities for you.
Absolutely.
Some being luck. Some being pure luck. Being at the right place at the right time. Others just being because you believed in yourself and it puts you in those opportunities, it puts you in those places.
Hmm.
Just believing in yourself and not, being afraid of any moment. Just saying, okay, you know what, I can do this. Man, okay. And if this person can do it, why can't I? You know,
There you go. There you
I
go.
think having that because that infuses itself to others too. I think when you have that belief in yourself, that genuine belief in what you do and stuff like that, it infuses out to others, and others start to believe that they want to be a part. Everybody wants to be a part of something successful, so people gravitate to that. Just gravitate as well. Say, hey, you know what, man? Yeah, this guy's on to something. This gal's on to something. And I think just believing in yourself, believing what you do, uh, that's the key. Just believing in what you do, having the confidence. Because if your confidence and your belief in what you do wavers, then any sort of thank you, you're right, Xavier, that's one of my actually graphic designers. I gotta send him another job too. I got some jobs for you, Xavier, as a graphic design for. But
Okay.
when you believe in yourself. Because everything's not always going to be peachy and cream. You know, there's always going to be some, you know. But it's funny because those sort of obstacles forge you and make you the person you are. There's not a single obstacle that I haven't encountered, you know, in life that I'm not grateful for, you know, because it made me the person I am now. And I'm like,
there you go.
You know, I'm on top of the world, man. You know, I'm on top of the world, and that's so you have to, but you have to have a belief in yourself in order to get through that. Because if you don't have like that rock to kind of fall back on. Because you start to waver, you might cater into self doubt or to whatever the naysayers or whatever troubling waters that present itself. So when you believe in yourself, you're like, okay, you know what? This is life. Life wouldn't be life. Business wouldn't be, that's why it's business. Business is going to have its ups and downs. It's going to have its peaks and valleys. And that's just the reality of it, you know. And Amazon stock can go up and down. So can sometimes my business, you know what I'm saying? In terms of, you know, and you just have to believe that, you know, that you're going to eventually be back up. And that's where it's at. You know, just belief, man. You know.
That is most important. That is definitely most important. Seems like your audio kind of faded out on us a little bit there.
My apologies.
No problem, brother. But yeah, you touched on something that is very important. You know, we have to have that internal belief in ourselves and what it is that we're doing and aspiring to do in this life. There's going to be many obstacles that are going to come out and present themselves. But once you have that true understanding and belief in yourself and the Spirit of God that is within you, then you will be able to overcome all of those obstacles that shall be presented before you. And like you said, there are different trials and tribulations that we all go through. That's just a part of life.
Absolutely.
But yeah, those
and
things.
You embrace it. And you embrace it. You embrace it. You don't run from it. You don't. That's the key. I think oftentimes, you know, people think, "Oh, woe is me," but you embrace it. I actually, you know, I'm not a freak for pain. Don't get me wrong, but I embrace obstacles that come my way because I know it's only going to make me a better person. You know, even if you look at it from a working out perspective, the resistance when you're training, right? The resistance is what builds the muscle. Then you rest, and the muscle comes back. Same thing with obstacles in life. It's going to train to make you a better person. So you welcome those things, you know. And like I said, but what you need is that belief, that confidence in yourself, you know, that can going to get you through those obstacles. And you're going to embrace life and love every minute of it, the good and the not so good, because you just know that obstacle is just only paving the way to a better payday, you know. And so it's all gravy. I accept it all, man. I don't run from any throws at me.
Yeah. You know, I take it all on. I like, you know, it's just another challenge that I'm going to overcome and come out better from it. So yes, I welcome it. Bring it on. That's all you got.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. Especially when you got God in your corner, man. You like, man, this is lightweight. That's nothing. This is lightweight what the Jesus went through. You know what I'm saying? This is a walk in the park.
Amen. Yeah.
This is a walk in the park.
That's where it's at. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. But yeah, I really enjoyed hearing your story and you telling us about your business.
Thank you for having me.
So happy and proud of you as well. Yeah,
Thank you, brother.
Keep up the great work.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to continue. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, folks, do you have any other questions or comments for Mr. Lynch before we close out for this session? Oh, let me do one more thing. I'm going to leave a link to our Facebook group. So if any of you want to join the group and connect with any of our previous guests, you are more than welcome to do so. And it's also a little training group. As like we said, you know, the Come Up is all about inspiring and encouraging individuals to create their own business for themselves. So, you know, we are a community that comes together to share our experiences, share different tips and our expertise on different subject matters related to our specific businesses. So if you find someone within our Facebook group that has a business that is similar to yours or something similar to what you would like to pursue, then by all means reach out to them, ask them some questions, get some advice from them on how to go about starting or taking your business to that next level. That's what it's all about. So I'm just going to get that link to the group, and then I'm going to share that out in the comment section as well. And by all means, you guys are more than welcome to come and join our group as well. All right, just 1 second. Okay. All right, Ron. So I know you say you got one event that you booked for this week.
Yeah, I booked it yesterday actually.
Okay, and when is that for?
It's a graduation. It's an 8th grade graduation.
Okay.
Her nephew is graduating, so she's doing an 8th grade graduation for him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Okay.
Then we had another client. I think it was Thursday. They were a repeat client. We actually did the Sweet 16 for her sister the year before.
Wow, nice.
Pier somewhere, one of those piers in New York City. And then Pier 41, I think it was, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And they we did it outdoors at a pier. That was interesting. And then we ended up it was Thursday. They wanted to do a bridal shower for them as well. Her friend was getting married and we're gonna do a bridal shower outdoors. So that was an outdoor event. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good, man. That sounds real good. Yeah. All right. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to post this comment in the. Trying to post the link to the Facebook group in the comment section before we close out.
That was not. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good, man. That sounds good. No. Yeah. All right. Okay, let me see now. Okay. Okay. So you got any other events coming up?
Yeah, got a is it an 18th birthday? Yeah, it's 18th birthday. Yeah, got an 18th birthday coming up, a wedding.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a few events coming up. Awesome. But like I said, once things open back up, it's going to be like how it normally is, event after event after event after event, So.
All right, outstanding, brother. All right, so we have the links there in the comment section. You have the links to Mr. Lynch's website, his Facebook page, and also his Instagram account. So make sure you reach out to him and see all the different services that he has to offer. And if you wanted to join our Facebook group, the link is also there in the comment section. You are more than welcome to come and join our community here as well. So, family, I don't see any other questions. Let me just make sure. Yep. Yeah, I don't see any other questions. So we are going to close out for this evening. I just want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to spend a few minutes with us and hear Mr. Ronald Lynch and him talk about his business, the Pic A Photobooth. Pic A Photobooth. I'm sorry. Yes, and he's telling us about his business and what it all entails. So on behalf of Ronald Lynch, my name is Rob McCray for the Business Building Network. Thanking you all for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you next Thursday, where we're going to have a special announcement coming up soon, but you definitely want to stay tuned for that. So once again, I want to thank you all for watching and say good night and be blessed. Take care.